Okay, I thought I'd make a little video of changing oil in the Subaru. Anyone not familiar with Subarus, this is kind of a unique engine they have. It's a horizontally opposed 4-cylinder, and that's one of the cylinder heads, the valve cover actually right there. So 4-cylinder horizontally opposed, basically your pistons are horizontal. Two going that way, two going that way. Sort of a unique design. The only other maker that has horizontally opposed engines is Porsche. Volkswagens used to be horizontally opposed engines when they were the old air-cooled Beetle engines. And to change the oil on the Subaru is real easy. See, I don't even have the car lifted off the ground. It's probably only about 5 or 6 inches of clearance here. And change oil. Basically, all you need, there's the oil filter, there's the oil pan. It's right in front. And what I like to do is, like the Subaru, I can just reach up here and loosen it by hand. Let that drain for a little while. And another thing you'll need is a 17mm wrench to loosen up the bolt here. Do this left-handed and filming at the same time. So when you take out your bolt, you kind of want to keep pressure up against it so it doesn't just drop out and fall into the pan. This way you won't get leaks either. Okay. And one trick with the Subaru is there's a little gasket on the drain plug. That's very important because the Subaru has such a large drain plug. See that little ring on there? You don't want to just retighten it. It'll hold the ring. You want a new one every time. New washer. And those can be picked up at Napa or most auto parts stores, even the Subaru dealer. What I like to do is I just tape one onto the oil filter when I'm ready to change oil. I got a new one on there because what it is, it's a 2-piece washer. If I can get this off one-handed. Easy. Okay. Look close there. I don't know if this is going to show up. It's actually 2 pieces. There's a flat side and there's sort of a rounded side. And what happens is when you tighten your drain plug, this is going to crush down a little bit. So that creates a little tension up against the drain plug. Keeps it from loosening and creates a nice tight seal. So you don't get any leaks. If you have a leak on your Subaru, oil leak, and you're not sure what it is, it's probably this. See, there's the crushed one on the right, and there's the new one on the left. And so to change the oil, basically all I have to do is let it drain for a while, which it's been doing. Then I'm gonna take the filter off, press it away. There's another good tip on the filter. See that rubber gasket on the filter? You want to make sure that comes off and it doesn't stick to that right there, that rubber filter, or that rubber gasket on the filter. You want to make sure that doesn't stick to the engine block up there. Okay, and then what you can do is, as long as you got oil over your fingers, you can oil this up too, so it doesn't stick. And what I like to do with engines that have the filter that's straight up and down, you can take and fill them with oil beforehand, so when you start your engine you get oil pressure right away. And what I'm using today is some 5W30, because winter's getting. Another good tool to have when you're going to change your oil on your Subaru is cap style oil filter wrench. Fits right on the end of the filter. You put your ratchet wrench right in there, turn it. Some of the different styles have there's one for a Chevy, and you could put a wrench right on the outside of that. Subaru, I usually just tighten the filter enough by hand that I can actually get it off by hand. But sometimes, you know, after a while, if the engine gets hot and it gets a little stuck on there, these are good for getting your filter off. Okay, after you're done filling up your engine with oil, what you're going to want to do is start the engine. Let it circulate for a while. And another thing I like to do is change the oil every 5,000 miles. So you can see I went a little over on this one. I'm at 115,378. So I could have changed that 378 miles ago, but that's when I had time to do it. So you want to start your engine after filling it, let it idle for a little while, let it circulate, fill up that oil filter the rest of the way. And then pull out your dipstick. Let it sit for a minute or two. You want to just wait a minute or two. Pull out your dipstick. Wipe it. And check your level. That should be above that top hole, but not above the notch. That's a full mark, that's hard to tell. I may need to add a little bit. Okay, when you're done changing your oil, what I like to do is I just let my filter drain in a funnel. And if you're lucky, you can find some steel 5-gallon containers like these here. I go to a print shop. A lot of times they'll have their solvents in 5-gallon metal containers. You can pick these up. They just give them away. They throw them in the dumpster. There's an old one that had motor oil in it years ago. This is from my wife's grandmother. Very old one there too. That's good for storing your recycled oil. And make sure you take that to your local municipality dump and recycle that. Whatever you do, you don't want to dump it in your storm drain if you have storm drains near your house, because that goes right into the river.